And so we'll be friends. And I'll be okay.
You are not gonna believe what happened to me. Worst fifth period ever. I thought the hour would never end.
That bad, huh?
I've never had such a nasty group of girls all in one class. And every day I tell myself, don't let them get to you. Don't get too emotional, but I just want to scream. They've been completely useless since we got back from fall break. Just horrible. You know, I think the bad girls are so much harder to deal with than the boys, don't you?
They can be.
I mean, the way they look at me sometimes, like I'm not even worthy to scrape the gum off their shoes. And all the while they're sucking the life out of any classroom discussion on anything remotely intellectual that I'm trying to do because they're too cool to breathe heavy. They're an AP for a reason, right? Presumably they have some desire to learn something, right?
Do you want an apple? Might be some coffee left.
No, I'm fine. I've got some leftover ravioli. But anyways, I finally just looked at one of the girls, the ringleader, and I said, I guess you think I'm pretty unreasonable and demanding having you actually read something beyond Twitter, but some criminally insane person at a state level thinks you should have some meager knowledge of classical literature.
Office request for Courtney. She one of yours?
Yes, she's the one I'm talking about. God, figures. She would be getting called into the principal's office. But anyways, she just looks at me, her lips curled in this repulsive sneer, and she says, what? I mean, that's it. That's all she can come back with. What? I can't even bear to make fun of her. What more can I do with you if you can even muster the intellectual wherewithal to form a comeback beyond a monosyllabic response?
Yeah.
Eric, are you okay?
Yeah. Why?
You're just quiet today.
I guess I'm just tired.
Dude, if that stupid account in the front office sends one more note getting a student out of my advanced pottery class, I'm gonna go postal. Seriously, 4 interruptions in 1 class period. And you can believe they never get called out of math.
Hey, Holly.
So, let me see. Oh, it's beautiful. Eric, did you see? It's so sweet.
Yeah. It's nice.
Thanks.
Did you want me to send out an all-staff email? No, I will, you know. I don't care that they'll probably give me a slap on the wrist for using the school email for non-school related information.
I doubt anyone would really care, Holly.
Well, if we have to get 22 emails about Angela Cox's sick cat, I think we can spare the time to celebrate Laurie and Matt's engagement.
I think it was 2 separate sick cats.
That's still 11 emails per cat. Seems a bit excessive. But how often do the world's cutest language arts teacher and the world's cutest US history teacher and baseball coach find true love and happiness?
He's technically not a teacher anymore. He's a professor. But he's still a baseball coach, though.
Oh, he was a teacher. That's how you met. Right here in this room. Oh, it's just so cute I can barf.
Charming reaction.
So, tell me how he asked. I honestly can't believe you're in school today. Lord knows, if I was engaged, I would be taking a serious personal day. A personal day. You know, just me and Russell Crowe together all night long. Oof.
Your obsession with Russell Crowe is bizarre.
Borderline creepy stuff.
Yeah.
Shh. We're not talking about me. I want to hear about Matt and Laurie. Story time.
There's not a whole lot to it, really. We were just at the ball field.
He proposed at a ball field?
But yeah, he had a game last night.
Did he put him on the Jumbotron? No. Did he have the kid in the panther suit come down with the ring in his plush paw?
No, he just turned to me during the inning break, you know? While the teams were switching who's batting and who's fielding, he turns to me and he says, hey, what you doing for the next 50 to 60 years? And then he handed me the ring in between the links of the fence.
That's it? That's your proposal story? He tossed you a ring in between innings.
Neither one of us are really romantic types.
Hey, I just remembered I've got a stack of vocab quizzes to grade before 7th. Kids have been bugging me for a week. Sorry, I can't stay. Congrats, Laurie. Tell Matt I said so too.
Yeah, definitely will. Thanks, Eric.
I was really hoping for a good story. You know, something with a little punch.
Sorry to disappoint.
It's okay. I guess I have to shell out $8.50 to see a fantasy of a good proposal this weekend.
Did Eric seem different to you?
Not really. Well, he probably doesn't get into the gory details of proposals and engagements. Most guys don't.
I guess.
Well, did you see that they're raising the class size cap again for non-AP classes? Now it's like 40 per class.
I thought the school board had to vote on it still.
They did, and they passed it last night.
Bastards.
Yep.
Miss Bynum, are you in the lounge?
Yes?
You have a delivery in the front office?
Is it a pony?
No. It's a big roll of paper.
I'll come by and get it after lunch.
Principal Brandis wanted it out of the front office. I'll have a student aide take it to your room.
Awesome, thanks! Why couldn't you just do that without summoning me to come fetch it? Christ!
Do you ever think about going to something different? Like a different job?
Like what?
I don't know. Matt asked me if I'd be interested in getting another degree and going over to college with him.
That's tempting.
Yeah, but the pay's worse than public school, though.
Yeah, but with a quarter of the headaches.
I guess.
What do you mean you guess? No parents to placate, no constant testing schedule breathing down your neck. Academic freedom to cover the subject in the manner you think is best. Oh, no. Don't tell me that you wouldn't love to spend more time reading and discussing literature than preparing for the next standards-based bullshit test. Or the constant pressure of the AP test breathing down your neck.
Learning for the sake of learning. What's that?
I know. Reaching to the choir. Well, I'm gonna head back a few minutes early. I have some kids working in my room, and if I'm not there when the bell rings, they'll leave their paintbrushes in the sink again. Like, you know, I've got some spare extra cash in my program account to order 40 more paintbrushes because they can't be bothered to take 5 minutes to wash them out. Tell Matt that I said he's a total loser for his proposal. You guys need to make up a better story. Okay? You're creative. Think of something.
All right. I'll tell him you're disappointed.
Hey dude, how's it going?
Hey, Holly. It's good.
Anything wrong? You look weird.
No. At least. No.
That was really convincing. You should show Denise your acting chops. She'd cast you in South Pacific for sure.
Is that really what she's doing? That show's so old and dated.
Yeah, I think she wanted to do something, nice and safe and easy. After all those parents complained about Chicago last year.
I'm shocked. I mean, who would have thought parents would complain about their teenage daughters playing trampy murderers?
Seriously. But for most of them, it seemed like a bit of a moral upgrade anyway. I mean, I could definitely see Andrea shooting a cheating boyfriend in a New York minute.
Yeah, totally.
So, how's it going with, what's-her-face? Madeline.
Oh, not great. It's okay.
Are you still together?
Not really.
Oh, sorry. Did she move out?
It's a process.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that. She seemed nice.
You just met her once.
The one time I met her, she seemed nice.
Oh. She was nice. She is nice. It just wasn't a good fit.
Bad sex, I understand.
What? No, that was fine.
Testing office request for Max? He one of yours?
Yeah, but I had him in third already.
Whoops. As you were saying?
It's just, you know how sometimes you realize that a person is a perfectly decent and a kind-hearted person, but you just don't, it just doesn't feel, there's no deeper connection.
Totally, I get you, dude.
Yeah, so she's mostly moved out. I mean, there's still some stuff around, like books, some other small stuff, but I'm trying to find excuses not to go home until it's all gone. Like, we parted on mostly amicable terms, but it's still...
Awkward. Yeah, I get it. You're in the post-breakup funk portion of it right now. But it gets better.
Very convincing. Are you gonna make an uplifting YouTube video to get me back out into the dating scene?
Yeah. I know you're struggling right now with feeling like a total shit for dumping a perfectly nice, normal girl for no good reason, other than you were weirded out by her normalcy. But it gets better. Soon you'll meet some secretary with a kinky streak and a secret drinking habit, and you can dump the next 10 years of your life down a rabbit hole of emotional turmoil. But at least you won't be bored. It gets better. You know what's hip right now? Celibacy.
Oh yeah, I had no idea I was hip.
It's not so much hip as it is functional, but you're a nice enough guy. I mean, semi-decent job. You'll find someone.
I think I'm gonna get you to write my bio for Match.com.
No. Nothing but fuck-ups, fetishists, and felons on dating sites. Usually some jackpot of all three. Trust me. You need to meet a real-world person. Another teacher like Matt and Laurie.
Yeah, I'm not really interested in having a carbon copy of Coach and Mrs. Arnold as the template for my life.
What's wrong with dating another teacher? You have similar backgrounds, similar education, and hours.
I just don't want to date another teacher, all right?
Jesus, Eric. Calm down. What's your problem?
Nothing. I just don't think that workplace romances work out. It's not a good policy to mix work with your personal life.
Okay.
What?
That's bullshit and you know it.
What?
You're so full of shit. Come on, I sat right here for the last 3 years while you sat in that chair pining away for Laurie.
Excuse me.
While she batted her eyelashes across lunch trays with Matt, you never made a move, and when Matt finally did wake up and realize she was interested...
You really don't know what you're talking about.
Alright, don't get upset. I was just kidding. Alright, come on. You know how I am. I don't... today?
I don't know. I thought it was scheduled for tomorrow.
Well, I gotta get back and kick the kids out of my classroom. Little bastards will hide out throughout the entire fire drill if I don't make them leave. Eric, I'm sorry if I said anything that...
Ollie, really, it's no big deal.
Hi, Laurie. How are you?
Hi, Victor. I'm doing well. Yourself?
It's been a very busy semester so far. I hear you're getting engaged. Felicidades. Tu prometido es un hombre muy afortunado.
Thanks. Merci? Oh, wait, no, I'm sorry. Muchas gracias. I took Latin in high school. I'm sorry.
It's alright. When are you getting married?
Well, we were hoping to get married this summer, but now... maybe fall? Spring is out of the question because of baseball season, so...
Your fiance is a coach, yes?
Yeah, at college, he really loves baseball.
It's the all-American game, I've heard. I prefer football myself.
Real football or soccer?
I would argue that soccer is the real football according to the 265 million people around the world that play the game, but it's no real matter. I enjoy both, but I follow soccer more closely. Real Madrid, of course.
I'm not much of a sports person myself, although I do enjoy the games at school. Our girls' team seems to be doing really well this year. Are you coaching again?
They are. Unfortunately, I'm not coaching this year. My knee surgery prevents me from participating as actively as... Is everything alright?
Yeah, it's fine. It's just a voicemail I don't feel like dealing with right now. Let me just turn it off.
Laurie, is something wrong?
What's up? Looks like you've seen a ghost.
It's...
What does this mean? Administrative leave.
The Dean of Humanities is putting him on administrative leave until they have a hearing.
But it's a lie, right?
I'm afraid I need to excuse myself, ladies. This seems personal.
So I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make you feel uncomfortable. Just these stupid accusations have come out against Matt.
Of course.
And they're having to investigate.
It's unsubstantiated rumors, but they have to follow procedures. I'm sure everything will come out and he'll be reinstated.
What did she say? I mean, what is he being accused of exactly?
She said that Matt, that they've been having a relationship the whole semester. A sexual relationship. She said it was consensual at first, but when she tried to end it, he threatened her. He threatened to fail her and keep her from getting into the journalism program.
It's not true, right?
What?
I mean, you think she's lying, right?
I did until the administrative leave part. I mean, if this is just rumors, if it's just one angry student saying these things, but why would they put him on administrative leave unless there was something really going on?
Dude, come on. Matt, a sexual predator? This is ridiculous. He's more likely to be head of the Colombian drug cartel than sleep with a student. Why would he need to sleep with a student? He has you to come home to every night. Okay, this is crazy. They probably have to put him on leave while they investigate. That alone doesn't mean anything.
Laurie, are you okay?
I've had better days. Did you
There's something on the Daily Post that was posted about a half hour ago. I guess you haven't seen it yet?
If it's about Matt and the accusations that girl is making, yes, I already know.
I'm really sorry it's happening so publicly.
Well, it's all total crap. Some angry, bitter kid wants to ruin a new professor.
Yeah, I'm sure it's all just nothing.
Damn it. The article won't load. Eric, what did it say? That he's on leave? No details?
There were some details.
Like what?
She apparently told the reporter that he had some more exotic recreational pursuits. Like for her to wear black latex bonded stuff.
Well, now we know she's lying. This is such a crock of shit. Matt would never be into any of that.
Wait, did they print that? Is that in the paper? Our parents read that paper.
They said she attempted to end the relationship because she was increasingly uncomfortable with Arnold's sexual demands, which included wanting her to wear black latex underwear and allow herself to be penetrated by him using foreign objects.
Not right now!
Oh my god. This is so humiliating. I mean, why would someone say these things? Why would they try to ruin him like this?
Laurie, honey, it's all gonna come out that she was lying and Matt would never. I mean, this is some girl with a dragon tattoo type of shit here.
I need to call Matt.
Use the phone in my office. It's more private than the phone in the copy room. I've got 2 airline-sized bottles of Jack in the Hello Kitty pencil box in the bottom drawer on the right. Help yourself.
It's nice of you to try to make her feel better, but I'm not so sure he's innocent.
Are you crazy? Do you remember this guy? He is the most asexual being I have ever encountered. He just thinks about Civil War battle statistics and baseball.
There's something else. Apparently there's also an accusation of using college money to pay for an abortion.
What? Was that in the article?
No, that's from a friend of mine in the college admin office. She says there's about $500 gone from the athletics account that no one can seem to find. The administration was suspicious that something was going on, but they couldn't totally get a handle on it until this girl came forward. She claims to have had an abortion a week after the money was withdrawn from the General Athletics Fund. She has the paperwork from the clinic, and she says that he paid cash. I guess Matt is denying the whole thing?
I would assume so. I mean, he's on administrative leave while the investigation's going on. Oh, poor Laurie.
This whole thing is just so outrageous.
I'm sure there has to be a logical explanation for everything.
Like what? The amount of money that disappears happens to coincide precisely with how much money the girl says she was paid in cash to a clinic for her abortion? Or that she has screenshots of some of their texts dating back to the beginning of the semester?
Did your friend in the college office tell you that too? Don't hurt yourself pretending to be upset about this. You're practically gleeful.
Wait, what are you talking about?
You're sitting there trying to suppress the biggest grin, and it's making you look like the riddle on Paxil.
How could I be happy about this? It's gotta be embarrassing for Laurie, and if this does turn out to be true, Matt's career is over. How could I be happy?
Because you were right all along. You disliked him for the typical petty, jealous reasons. But now, it's got to be vindicating to learn that he fulfills all those horrible things you thought about him. Just look at you, marinating in your barely contained joy.
Well, maybe a small part of me is glad that he was exposed so soon. But I would never wish this on Laurie. To have it be so public, I mean, guilty or not, this guy is forever going to be known as the, what do they call him? Professor Triple X.
Seriously? An X-Men pun?
It's kind of clever.
Do you think Laurie's gonna leave him?
Don't know.
I would. I mean, if I were her in her shoes, his sicko ass would be out the door today. But luckily for her, they aren't actually married yet. So it's an easy way out. I'll go check on Laurie, see if she needs me to cover her class. Maybe she should go home and just rest for the day.
Yeah, you should suggest that to her. You don't think there's anything I can do?
Probably not. I'll tell her you made an offer, though. She'll appreciate it, at least.
This is such a mess. Oh, hello? Eric. Hey. Oh, yeah, no. Thanks for calling me back. Yeah. I'm doing okay. Actually, I wanted to ask a favor. I have a lot of kids who are totally freaking out right now because I haven't been there in a couple of weeks. Yeah, right, I know, but I just feel like I'm letting them down. I mean, it's one thing to have my life completely falling apart, but I feel even more terrible that they're already stressed than they already are. Would you mind taking their practice essays and giving them a look? Thank you. Thank you, Eric. I really appreciate it. Yeah, I will. Okay, talk to you soon. Bye.
I thought it was an interesting artistic choice.
I guess. What else would you call a reproduction of Judith with a head of Holofernes? But instead of a head, it was a big bag of bloody penises. It was awesome, but you can't blame me for choosing something a little safer for the county art show.
Still, the student displayed talent in quite a creative medium.
Jesus, Eric, what happened?
I knocked over these papers and that's quite a stat challenge.
Mostly Laurie's kids. They had their mock essays from Oni this week, and I'm trying to get them graded and back in their hands by tomorrow.
That's generous.
It was the least I could do. I mean, I just felt so bad about everything, and her sub is kind of an idiot, so...
Oh, yeah. She's a total idiot.
Is Laurie still at home?
I brought her dinner the other night. She doesn't look like Laurie. It's really sad. She's taken the whole situation to heart. I keep thinking, it's gotta be a mistake, right?
I guess.
It's an unfortunate situation, but perhaps it's better that he was revealed to be what he was before there were too many entanglements. House. Children.
God, that would be awful. I mean, it's bad enough that everyone in this county knows her fiancé is a total kinky sleazeball. Do you think he was doing that kind of stuff when he was a high school teacher?
Do Do you think that Laurie's students will be prepared for their UK exam?
I don't know. Her style of teaching is a bit different than mine, so her kids approach the prompts differently. Not bad, just differently. But I think the administration would understand that given the circumstances, her kids might be a bit frazzled by the whole mess and might not score as well as they have in the past.
That's all she needs to be worrying about. Some pimply-faced high schooler not doing too well on a test.
Laurie is a very passionate teacher. I'm sure she's very upset about not being here.
Then why isn't she? God, it just makes me so... I mean, she's hiding at home like she's the one that did something wrong. But she didn't do anything.
Holly, can't you understand why she doesn't want to be at work right now?
It makes her look weak. And I know she's not. I don't know, it's like she's gone all hostage situation.
She's probably wanting to avoid having conversations with people, even well-meaning friends. I know I would.
Do you think I need to take these papers for her to look over to make sure I'm doing what she wants?
Eric, Jesus, I don't think she cares at this point.
But I teach AP
sure it's
Lang.
fine.
It's very different from AP Lit, and the state regents tests are looking for very different things, and...
I don't think you need to bother her with it.
It might be a nice break to see someone familiar and friendly.
I was just there. I'm familiar and friendly.
Of course.
You mean that it'd be nice for her to see Eric?
Perhaps.
Then why didn't you just say that?
My darling art teacher, I'm trying to maintain a sense of civility in these tense and emotional times.
Okay, well, I prefer the direct path. Bring her a nice bottle of wine and some nice Chinese takeout.
Holly, that's not...
Wine and Chinese takeout.
Don't be such a snob, it's great.
I was always more of a beer and Chinese takeout person. A nice sweet ale.
Whatever,
don't you
dude.
think?
Discuss it with sommelier at A+ #1 Golden Buddha.
I'm not taking her dinner. I just want to make sure she's okay with the suggestions that I'm making for her kids. I don't want to be responsible for them getting bad advice and...
Failing the Regents test and taking her perfect ratings.
There are so many awful people in our department chomping at the bit to take AP Lit. The kids are high achievers and you get an extra planning period. And we've had a hard rule in the past that if a certain percentage of kids don't hit their expected scores, you don't teach it the following year and...
You're not wrong about that. The language arts department. We're a group of unhappy people.
Yeah, I like to think of us as an island of misfit toys mostly. And a few bitter jackasses. But no one wants to get stuck teaching the on-level 9th graders, and I'm afraid that Janet Lazlovich is seeing this as her big opportunity to dump them on Laurie next year.
Do you think Principal Brandeis would support that change?
I don't know. Maybe.
That's really shitty.
Yeah, so I'm gonna do everything that I can to keep that from happening. And if that means frog marching these bunch of kids to some excellent test scores, I'm gonna need feedback from Laurie.
Hey, Eric.
Oh, hey, Laurie. It's so good to see you.
Thanks. It was weird coming in as the kids were leaving and felt like I was playing hooky.
I know they missed you. Your sub is not... Well, she's not you.
Lucky her.
Laurie.
Eric, please don't. Let's just pretend everything's normal.
Okay, I can do that. Actually, I've got a lot that I want you to take a look at because I want to make sure I'm telling the kids the right stuff. This isn't my area, but I feel like the kids are in pretty good shape for the most part.
That's great to hear. I think you're way too hard on yourself. You're amazing with the Lang kids.
Yeah, but rhetorical writing's pretty formulaic. Teach them the basic structure, drill it into them until their eyeballs roll back and the little pink tongues stick out. analyzing fiction is messier.
Yes.
Look okay so far?
Yeah. You've actually caught some mistakes that I probably would have missed. Claudia has never integrated her tech support this well before. Maybe you need to be teaching them instead of me. These are great so far.
Yeah, right.
Janice probably counting down the seconds until she can petition Brandeis for my classes.
Yeah, she hasn't said anything to me, but you're probably not wrong.
Petty bitch.
You could come back. I mean, if you felt up to it.
I don't think I'm really ready.
Right, I get it. Have you heard from Matt?
We ended things on a pretty clear note. I gave him the ring back.
I noticed. These were actually some of the few that I was really concerned about. These kids don't seem to be ready at all, or maybe they just aren't trying because they know it isn't you that would be grading them.
Probably was a fourth period.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, that class is full of kids that were on the bubble. Probably shouldn't have even been in the class in the first place, but you know how it goes.
Everyone can take AP.
Despite the fact that these kids have no interest in taking the class, they're signed up for it, and it's a huge rigmarole to get them out.
I know.
So we end up lowering our expectations to help these kids that are struggling because we're not supposed to fail anyone. And then we're sending these kids out to college thinking they're some unparalleled geniuses when really they're mediocre students at best. And we're still setting up for failure, just later and more expensively.
Right, I know.
Sometimes I think I need to be doing something else. Anything else. Do you think being a barista is fun?
No.
Or not necessarily fun, but just a lot less bullshit. I need a lot less bullshit in my life right now.
I wouldn't know, but I imagine every job has a fair amount of bullshit no matter what it is.
Yeah, but teaching seems to be filled with an exceptional amount relative to pay, though.
Laurie, we don't have to do this.
No, I want to. It was nice having a reason to get out of bed, get dressed, and put makeup on and get out of the house.
I know, but if it's stressing you out...
This isn't stressing me out. Why would this be stressing me out?
I'm really sorry about everything.
Eric!
No, please, let me finish. I'm sorry that Matt put you through all this, and I'm sorry about what happened and how you had to find out in such a horrible way, and I'm sorry for that girl that he abused, I guess is the word.
Okay. Thank you.
But mostly, I'm sorry I didn't have the guts to tell you that he was a total creep last year.
Wait, what are you talking about?
Well, before you guys started dating, when we would eat lunch in here, you and me and Matt and Holly and sometimes Victor, when you guys had to go back to classes, Matt and I didn't have a class to get back to. He would say things about you, about Holly, about some of his students sometimes. It was always that vague bro speak that people do when they think that everyone in the room is in the same frat or something. I wouldn't know. I wasn't in a frat.
It's not a big deal. Lots of guys make jokes.
Laurie, I was a bad friend. I should have said something to you about him, about how he really was.
Seriously, Eric, what do you think would have happened if you did say something? What do you think my reaction would have been?
Probably it was this pathetic, desperate loser trying to weasel in between me and my perfect boyfriend.
A little harsh. But it would have been in the ballpark.
So? I should have tried. When you see someone standing in front of a moving train, you say something. You don't stand idly by while they're smashed into a million pieces.
Because sometimes, even when people see the train, they don't really see it. They don't really think it's hurling towards them. They don't believe it.
I'm just so sorry. Did you know he was not what he seemed to be?
You mean, did I know my boyfriend had power bondage fantasies? Did I know that he liked to sodomize people with office equipment? No. He never mentioned it to me. But we lived together. The occasional browsers are left open and you learn a lot about someone's interests. But porn is one thing. Real life, no. He never asked me to do any of that.
I'm sorry, Laurie.
Stop saying that.
I don't really know what else to say.
You don't have to say anything about it.
But maybe if I had said something, even if you didn't take it seriously, maybe it would have...
What, planted a seed of doubt? Do you hear how arrogant you sound?
Wait, what?
You're basically saying if only I'd said something, done something, the trajectory of Laurie's horrible life would have been different. I mean, who the hell do you think you are? Some kind of nice guy, guardian angel?
Okay, you know that's not what I mean.
Do you think I didn't know you had a crush on me all of last year?
A crush? I'm not 14.
What would you call it?
We're colleagues. We teach in the same department 2 classrooms down from each other. Work friends.
So you're saying you didn't have a crush on me?
What does it matter now? You said yourself it doesn't change anything, and it wouldn't change anything. You were too wrapped up in Professor Triple X.
Oh, seriously?
Sorry, I didn't... Laurie, I did have a crush on you. Maybe I still have feelings of unrequited whatever. But I'm not holding out on any illusions that you're going to emerge from this whole mess and come down the hall looking for anything.
Good. Because I'm not looking for anything right now. I'm working on myself.
Okay. That's fine. That's good.
I'm glad you approve.
That's not what I... Seriously, Laurie.
Oh, no, seriously, thank you. I do appreciate you helping me with my kids, and I genuinely appreciate the extra time on top of everything you had to do with yours. I don't need you to layer on extra guilt for what you could have said a year ago that wouldn't change anything. I am not interested in that. It won't change anything, so just please don't.
Okay. It's gonna be okay. You'll come back and it'll be fine.
No, it really won't.
School is this if nobody respects the one teacher who does her damn job? This is total bullshit, Victor. You know it, I know it. They're throwing her under the bus.
I can't understand it either, but Laurie seemed to be expecting the news.
She came back. She got the majority of her kids ready for the exam. She did what they asked her to do.
She said it herself. The scores weren't as good as last year's scores.
Everyone's scores were lower. All the Lit Region scores. It was a terrible test this year. She worked so hard. I saw her here every night for the past month, busting her ass to get those kids ready. Mock exams, writing workshops, a constant loop of feedback and ways to improve.
I think a year away from the more rigorous curriculum might do her some good. She seems very fatigued.
Well, wouldn't you be?
I'm not judging her poorly. It has been a long school year for Laurie.
I think it's really shitty of the administration not to cut her some slack in the light of everything. Everything that's happened, and the way everyone treated her afterwards.
Treated her? Who?
Some of her kids were awful, making comments suggesting that Laurie was somehow involved in Matt's messed up life. Not all of them, just a few, but enough to make an impact on her. Asshole kids. Like that Courtney kid. She said that it was Laurie's fault they didn't do better on the Regents exam, that her personal issues were impacting her ability to be a good teacher. Can you believe those entitled little shits? Blaming her because they weren't as smart enough as they've always been told they were.
That's really unfortunate. And not in the least bit true. Have you spoken to Laurie today?
Not since this morning. Not since the schedule of classes next year came out.
I spoke with her at lunch. She seemed calm about the whole situation.
Are you saying she's not upset?
Not exactly. What I'm saying is perhaps she doesn't need you crusading on her behalf. She doesn't need you throwing temper tantrums in the hallways.
I am not... That's not what's going on here.
The American measure of academic success is very skewed in favor of measurable outcomes, grades and test scores. Laurie knows this. If you want to help her, do so in a way that's legitimate, not in a way that's more for yourself than her.
That is such a misrepresentation.
My mistake. Apologies.
She's going to quit.
Possible.
I don't want her to quit. I don't want her to leave.
You're a good friend.
I thought if she saw...
For a teacher of rhetoric, you're remarkably reticent.
Yeah, it's probably better that way. No third act surprise reunion. Sorry, Mario, the princess is in another castle.
I'm not as familiar with that reference, I'm afraid. But I think Senorita Shelton is a woman of great strength. Perhaps she will stay. Then you will have the opportunity to be honest with her.
Or I could not. I don't think she would be more inclined to stay if she knew anything beyond what we've already discussed. I would rather have her here and never tell her anything than risk confessing something that makes her more likely to bolt. She's been romanced by one total asshole
Is that how you
already.
view yourself? Equal to Matt? Do you view her as he did?
I didn't think so. No, I'm not like him. But if she leaves, will I regret my choice not to talk to her? What does that make me?
Do you have anything in the cabinets over there? Mugs, Tupperwares?
No. I'm gonna steal a Diet Coke before starting this smart car. You want one?
Yeah, thanks.
Alright. All that's missing is some rum and a little umbrella, and it's a party.
God, it's gonna be weird next year.
Yeah, it's okay. I'll exist somewhere in the world, just not in this room.
I know, but it won't be the same.
No, it won't. But I'm sure being a receptionist at an orthodontist will leave me plenty of time to reflect on my poor life decisions.
Well, that's a good fit for you. You've got nice teeth.
I doubt that had much to do with his decision to hire me.
You don't know that. He's not gonna want some snaggle-toothed Brit manning the front desk. Bad for business.
Look, you don't have to you don't have to stereotype British people as all having bad teeth.
Well, is it a stereotype if it's true, though?
Okay, listen.
Hey, Laurie, Holly, did you guys get your grade verification sheets turned in? Brandeis is freaking because 30 teachers still haven't turned them in.
Yes, Eric. Yeah, we both did yesterday, which is when the deadline was posted, because we're professionals.
Okay, good.
Are they making you switch classrooms?
I'm not switching this year.
Oh, they should let you in my room. Corner spot, double windows.
Oh, no, that's fine. I like where I am now.
Wow, good.
Did final exams go okay?
Yeah.
PT.
Okay, well, I'm gonna take my stuff to my car.
Oh, here, let me. Oh shit, that's heavy.
Holly, please don't.
No, it's totally cool. I need the exercise.
You, left these at my house.
Oh, thank you. I was looking everywhere for them.
Are you coming over tonight? I mean, do you want to? We could order food, or I could cook something.
I don't know, Eric.
Oh, that's cool.
It's a lot to process, saying goodbye and everything. I think I just want to chill in my apartment, if that's okay.
Yeah, I get it. Totally.
It wasn't as easy as I thought it was going to be. The school year ending, not us.
Right. Are you okay?
Yeah, why wouldn't I be?
I don't know. I just thought that your last official day might be hard.
Yeah, it is. It still hasn't totally registered that I'm not going to be doing this anymore. That I'm not a teacher anymore.
You didn't have to resign.
It was the right thing, Eric. I wouldn't be happy teaching all-level kids. It just makes me bitter and bitchy. I don't know what I'll be if I'm not a teacher anymore, but I need to make some life changes. So...
So what? What's wrong?
Look, sleeping with you was probably a mistake. I'm sorry. I was upset with the end of the school year and Matt showing up to graduation, and I drank too much. I'm sorry.
Stop saying that.
I don't know what else you want me to say about it.
I don't want you to say anything. You don't owe me anything.
I don't want you to think, I don't know. It wasn't pity or anything.
Christ, Laurie.
I don't know how to define myself anymore, okay, Eric? I've been a teacher since I was 21. I focused my whole life on being this amazing teacher. And I'm really damn good at this, but I can't work here anymore. I can't shake this air of feeling like a failure. I need to move on.
It wasn't failure. And you don't need to move on. You're resigning out of spite more than anything else.
That's not true.
What would you call it? You could teach 9th graders easily. You do a better job than Janet, for sure. Hell, you might even enjoy it. You're resigning because you aren't the AP Lit teacher, the BFD at every curriculum night, the teacher that every parent is clamoring to have teach their kid. You're mad because you didn't get to keep that class. And you're right to be mad, Laurie. It was so shitty how the administration treated you. But you're a good teacher. You're just being, like, really petty.
Petty? Who the hell are you to be calling me petty?
And you need to quit it. Why don't the on-level 9th graders deserve an amazing teacher? Why shouldn't the lowest performing kids in the school have access to the best language arts teacher? You ever think about that?
Because maybe I don't want to teach stupid kids.
Wow. That's honest.
Look, it's not... Look, no one wants to teach kids who don't want to learn. I'm not going to be all holier than thou noble about it. Teaching on-level kids suck because if we're being honest, they aren't on-level. If they were, they'd be in AP or honors. I don't feel like putting up with that for like a year or two or three or however long it takes for me to claw my way out. I'm not getting stuck with a bunch of kids who never read anything they're assigned, who never turn in anything, who never give a shit about anything.
You know, you always struck me as someone who believed in the mission of public education. You talk a good game.
Well, maybe you don't know me as well as you thought you did. You know, you made a lot of assumptions about who I am.
I think you're making a mistake.
I don't see you raising your hand to volunteer as tribute to teach 9th on-level kids.
No. I guess that's true too.
Yeah. Not so easy giving up your high achievers, is it, Big Shot?
Laurie, I need to tell you something. Something I wanted to say for weeks now.
Eric, please don't.
No. I need to say this. I love you. But beyond that, it is breaking my heart to see you throw away this job that I know you love. I've seen you for 180 days for the past 12 years, and the thought of not seeing you next fall, I need for you to see yourself as the person that I see when I look at you. A genuine, good-hearted person that's trying to make a difference in the lives of her students. All students, not just the ones that are smart enough to game the system into getting into your class. I hear the way you talk about education, about literature, about igniting that spark in the kids in your class. You know you can't just walk away from all that. And I know I'm not making up what I feel between us. I'll miss you. I can admit that. I won't want to come to work if you're not here. And I know you don't love me the same way, but I'm not asking you to, now or ever. Just don't leave.
I'm not staying. I resigned. I'm taking my keys to Brandis and I'm saying goodbye. I'm not staying to watch someone else do the job that I should be doing so we can eat lunch together. That is totally nuts, and it's even more nuts of you to ask that of me.
That's not what I'm asking.
That's absolutely what you're asking. You want me to be around so you can what? I don't even know. Idolize, I guess? You think I'm some kind of superhero teacher? It's a job, just like any other job. It's not some sacred calling. And maybe I bought into this idea that being a good teacher meant that I was a good person, but I'm letting go of that identity. I am more than just a teacher. I want to be more than just my students' achievements, or lack of achievements in this case. And I'm sorry you thought I was something more than that. God, I should have never... I'm sorry. I can't. I just can't. Goodbye, Eric.
Laurie.
And so we'll be friends. And I'll be okay.